There are 3 golden standard bodybuilding rules that everybody follows, but I want you to break these rules because you're going to build muscle faster. So what are these rules? First one, rule number 1, it's been a gold standard for years. You need to squat, bench, and deadlift to grow. Now, depending on your goal and what you're going to achieve, those 3 movements are excellent exercises. And you probably should have them in your routine somewhere, but they are not necessary to build muscle faster. Okay? Now, the reason why they're not is because everyone's built a little bit differently. You might not be able to create as much tension in the targeted muscle that you're trying to change by doing a bench press, a squat, or a deadlift. A squat and a deadlift utilize a lot of muscles at once, which is a good thing, right? You're going to get a good stimulus from doing it. But when it comes to changing your physique and putting on as much muscle as possible, if you're trying to improve the way your back looks and you're doing deadlifts, you're not going to get any lat width from doing deadlifts. You're just not. The lats are isometrically holding your body in that position when you're deadlifting. You're not going to get that lat growth versus doing weighted pull-ups, pull downs, even a row. You're going to get way more out of that because that movement are going to put more tension on the lats than the actual deadlifts will. So you have to break that bodybuilding rule. You don't have to squat, bench press, or deadlift to actually have a good physique and to grow muscle quickly. Do those exercises work? Yes. Do they work well? Yes. But you don't need to have them in your program all the time. You could take them out, put them in wherever you feel the need. If you really feel like, okay, my physique is lacking depth in my erectors on my spine, then yes, I will add deadlifts in there because deadlifts are a great movement for that, right? So then you plug deadlifts in there. But like I said, if you're lacking lat width, then you probably wouldn't put deadlifts in there to improve that area of your body, okay? So break that first rule. The second rule, you got to have chicken and rice. Chicken and rice, the bodybuilding standard diet. Chicken and rice, beef and potatoes. So I classify foods into 2 real groups, nutrient-dense foods and just calorie-filling foods, okay? What does that mean? So I started looking at nutrition a little bit differently in the past couple of years because I've learned a lot more over the course of time. And you learn that certain foods give you better bang for your buck when you're trying to maximize how much muscle you're putting on. So, for example, chicken and rice is a great meal, don't get me wrong. But when we look at the nutrient side of it, is there something that's going to give me better bang for my buck than chicken? Well, let's look at it. So what does chicken have in it? Chicken, it does have some vitamins, minerals, and some other important things. But when we compare that to, let's just say, beef, you're going to get B vitamins, which will help muscle growth. You're going to get other vitamins and minerals that are very, very important for muscle growth, right? So that's good. That's exactly what we want. We want that to happen. So by switching out the chicken for the beef, we're going to get a better bang for our buck nutrition-wise. Now, let's look at the rice. Rice is what I consider a calorie-filling food, meaning, hey, I need carbs, I have rice. There's nothing wrong with rice. Rice is good. But can I have something that's going to give me better bang for my buck nutrition-wise? Yeah, of course. Blueberries. You could go with even like sweet potato, something like that, oatmeal. Like those foods are going to give me more nutrients per calorie. And when you provide your body with those more nutrient-dense foods, you're going to get more out of it. Remember, the goal of this is to break these bodybuilding rules so you build more muscle faster. So what's going to build more muscle faster? Having more nutrient-dense foods or just having foods that fill the calorie limits or the protein limit for the day? Because I like to think of chicken as like the food that helps me hit my protein intake, which obviously is important too. I'm not saying don't eat chicken. I'm not saying that at all. But sometimes when you look at food, you have to think, okay, can I eat something that's going to be better for muscle growth? So I want you to take a second guess at just the chicken and rice or the tilapia and asparagus or whatever the food is and say, hey, is there something else that I can eat that would be better for muscle building when you have a choice? All right. And rule number 3, another standard. If you want to grow muscle quickly, you have to train in the 8 to 12 rep range. Everybody says that. In reality, that's not really the truth. The truth is, and I wish it was like simple, like, hey, just do 10 reps. The truth is, the range to grow muscle is huge. We're talking 5 to 20 reps. I've done over 20 reps before. I think there's a little bit of merit to doing sometimes that higher reps, but in that 5 to 20 rep zone will put muscle on you. It will put muscle on you. So don't lock yourself into that 8 to 12 reps. But now here's the tricky part. You have to figure out what works best for you and your body, rep range wise. So I'll give you an example of myself. When I bench press, I get more chest development when I keep my reps on the lower side of it. Now, on the opposite side of it, I get more back development when I go in the 12 to 15 rep range because there's just more tension that's placed on my lats, whatever it is. I just feel that rep range more. Same thing with arms. I feel 12 to 15 more than I get out of doing 5 heavy reps on like a curl. Okay. So I want you to break that bodybuilding standard. You don't have to do 8 to 12 reps. You got to find the rep range that works best for you for each body part. This is what makes it so tough. This is why bodybuilding is not easy. You have to go in there and analyze everything that you're doing for your body. That's why there's no one size fits all. There's no one program that's going to do the most magical thing because you got to adjust things for you. So remember, stop at the 8 to 12 reps. That's not going to put muscle on fast. What's going to put muscle on is between that 5 and 20 rep range. But find what works for you for each body part. And I promise you're going to put on way more muscle faster. Now, just for making it this far into the video, I got a free gift for you. I got a free 6-week training program that you can have. No strings attached. All you got to do is click the link below and download it. This was Anthony, AB Fitness, and I'll catch you on the next one.